What's up, guys? It's Jules here. Welcome to the Daily Motivational Call. We're at 9:04, and people usually keep on chiming in until about 9:05. A lot of people come in around 9:05. People are hopping out to lunch. People are taking their mid-morning break. We do this call every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 p.m. Eastern. So welcome to the call. Good morning if you're on the Pacific side. Good afternoon if you're on the East Coast side of things, and hope you guys are having a fantastic day. If this is your first time coming to the call, on this call we are growing the greatest community of people developing the mindset to win. All right, and so what we do, we study books on here, we read informational material, all things about personal development and growing our mindset, how to influence people, how to grow our businesses, and we give away tips and tricks and strategies on how to do those types of things. And currently, our current book that we're reading is How to Win Friends and Influence People, and it's a fantastic book. A lot of us are excited about it. We announced it yesterday, and you can get it from mindsettowin.com. We have the book up there, and you can download it. You can get it on your Kindle or your iPad, or you can, if you like the physical, a lot of us like to have that physical, so we can highlight in it and all those kinds of things. So you can always get the physical, and you can also get the audio. So if you have Audible, you can get that. I like to get Audible, and I like to get the Kindle version so I can read it on any of my electronic devices. And Audible is always great because, like, when you're in the car or you're just tooling around out and about, you can just pop that on and listen to it, just like you do an MP3 or some other type of music. So I've been really enjoying audiobook, and Audible is a great website. If you've never used Audible before, what it does is it's a monthly subscription. I think it's like $12 or $14 a month or something like that. And what it does is it gives you 3 credits. And so books are worth different amount of credits. Usually, like the bestsellers, the ones that are really hot, they're usually like 2 credits. But most books I found are like 1 credit. So you can usually pretty much get like 3 books a month, and it's great. You can just put them on your phone, it downloads automatically, and you can and just start popping off and listening to them. You can bookmark on them, all kinds of good stuff like that. So it's a great way to absorb and get more information and study books is by getting the audio. All right. So we are doing chapter 1 today, if you can call it chapter 1. I think the book calls it chapter 1. And in chapter 1, it's they called it if you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. Okay. And this book actually has one major principle in it. This chapter has one major principle in it. And the principle that they talk about is don't criticize, condemn, or complain, right? And they're talking about people. And this book is all about how to influence people, how to win friends, and how to build relationships. And so the advice that they're trying to give and the stories that they give in this book or in this chapter are all about, like, don't criticize other people because when you criticize other people, you put them in a position that is defensive, right? You put them in a position where you're arousing them to become resentful, right? You can hurt their pride because when you do criticism or you condemn them or even if you're complaining at them, you put them in a position where they've got to defend themselves or justify themselves, right? And that doesn't put you in a good position to help them, right? So especially in our business, most of us that call, we're online entrepreneurs, we're here to help people. And so when you criticize people just because you're trying to help them doesn't necessarily help your cause and trying to help them, right? So we don't want to do that. So this chapter talks about not doing those things and gives a lot of examples of people who had great influence in their career and in their lifetime, everyone from Lincoln to FDR and Rockefeller and like all these other different famous people throughout this book. And in this chapter, they really talk about Lincoln, and I thought what's really interesting is that the more books I read about influence, the more times I see, Abraham Lincoln referenced. And like the last book we read was the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And I was kind of going back and forth between that book and this book last night. And I was looking at it, and I was looking at chapter 2 in that book, and that chapter 2 is all about having influence, right? So that's how these 2 books are related. And I thought it was really interesting because in chapter 2 of the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, they use Lincoln as an example too. So you can see, like, through a lot of books, Lincoln was a great influencer, and he learned throughout his have a sharp tongue and you criticize people and you do these different types of things, how it doesn't build relationships and it doesn't help you influence people, right? And they take action that is the complete opposite of the action that you want them to take, right? And so he learned that throughout his career, and so they share stories about, and give examples of how he did that at a young age, and then how, different events happened when he was president, and then and how, people helped intervene, and how he didn't send necessarily letters when he was, upset, right, or pissed off, right? And in this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, the Lincoln example they give was a battle, and they talk about his commander who completely disobeyed his orders, and he wanted him to attack, and he did attack, and then Lincoln was pissed. He was like, "Man, we missed our opportunity," and he was really upset. So he wrote this really nasty letter to his commander, talking about how you lost the opportunity for us. I don't think we can win the war and all this stuff. But what we found out later was that he never sent the letter. So what does that tell you? That tells you, if you get upset about something, you can write it out, get the frustration out, but don't necessarily execute and send the letter to the other person, right? I know for me personally, I can get pretty hot and heavy, and I know when I'm excited like that, I'll type out a big old long nasty email, right? But I never send it. I keep it for at least 24 hours, and I go back and I read it, and I try to come from the mindset and the position of thinking about what was the other person, what was going on with them, what was their position, why did they take the action that they took, right? We want to try to understand people, and that's what this book is about. It's understanding people, right? We understand their mindset, understand the position that they're coming from, maybe the criticism that we have, maybe the complaint that we want to have about what they did might be different. Maybe they had a good reason for doing what they did, and they give the example about Lincoln and what he may have thought was that when he stepped back and he looked at what happened, he wasn't there on the front lines, seeing all the people die, seeing all the bloodshed, seeing what supplies they had and how were they winning the war. Right, he wasn't there on the front line, so maybe when his commander decided no, I'm not going to do that, maybe he had really good reasons for going against Lincoln. So in the same aspect, when you're thinking about mentoring people, you're thinking about your leadership and your team that you're building and all that kind of stuff. We got to think about when our teammates or the people that are coming into our business, when they make decisions or they're not following the assignments that you gave them, or they're not doing certain things, why are they not doing it? What is the root cause of why they didn't do what you asked? Right? Because if we can understand why they chose to do, not follow, your advice or not follow, the assignment that you gave, then we can better understand how we can help them so that they would follow the advice, right? How do we build that relationship? And so I came up with a few questions here that I wanted to share with you guys. So how we can implement this more into our lives, right? Because I think we all understand, we've all been in that position where, we had a job or somebody, they criticized us and they made us feel bad, and we were trying our best, but for whatever reason it didn't work out. We've all had those situations. We've all had those situations where somebody made fun of us or did something and made us feel bad, right? And so we can definitely understand how it could be on the reverse, right? We can definitely understand how it could be on the reverse. So we can always think about, what position are you coming from, right? What position are they coming from, And we always want to be coming from the position, right? And maybe you have some criticism of how that person can make changes to their life or to their business and improve something, right? But we can always come from the position of helping, right, and providing solutions. So when we enter a conversation with somebody, if we're in the mindset of, okay, I'm going to help this person, right? I'm going to help them. I'm going to provide them a solution to their problem. Then the way that we may communicate to them will be different, right? But we're there to just be like, you're doing this wrong, and you need to do it like this. They're going to be like, well, maybe I want to do it that way, right? So those are just a couple of tips. And one of the other tips I wanted to give you was find out why are they in that position. Why do they keep making those choices, right? And The last one I want to give you is help them understand that you care, right? That you care about their situation, that you are understanding about their situation, right? It doesn't mean that you necessarily have been through it. I know a lot of times when I get on coaching calls or when I'm trying to help a friend or help a family member, I've never been through what they've been through, right? So I don't know the exact, how painful it is. But I can understand their situation, right? And I always tell them, I understand your situation. I completely understand. I completely understand. This is very painful for you, right? This situation is very difficult for you, and that there's a lot of moving variables and that you're trying your best, right? So let's work together to come up with, so how can you change the situation? How can we get a better result? What problems can we solve? And I always have found that when you let people know that you understand and you truly understand the situation, and that you're coming from a position of I just want to help, then they are much more receptive, and your ability to influence them to maybe take the action that you want them to take, do the assignment that you want them to do, is going to be much, much greater, right? So coming from that position of understanding and just letting them know that you understand their situation. It's difficult. Stop. It's not easy, right? That will go a lot further in helping to influence people. And one other thing I want to give you guys here. So when we're dealing with people, right, and in this book, one of the things they talk about is that, understanding people and understanding that, people aren't logical, right? We're not creatures of logic. We're creatures in the way that we act. We're emotional. We're motivated by our pride and our vanity, right? Start thinking about, well, what does that mean? How do you make a decision? And most of the time when you make a decision, it's based off of your emotions, right? And when you go and buy something, you buy something because emotionally you know that it's going to make you feel better because it should be providing some kind of result or solution for you. And that result and that solution could be you buy an informational product because you want to learn a new skill set, like something's going to teach you something. Maybe it's about video marketing, maybe it's about info marketing, maybe it's how to put something on Craigslist, maybe it's something about how to blog better, how to do your SEO ranking, right? A lot of times you get products like that because they're going to help us, with a skill set, right? So, and because it helps us with a skill set, what do? We feel better, and that feeling better is an emotion, right? And when you're dealing with people and you're looking at their situation, how can I help you? How can I, help you solve some problems? How do I help you change that financial situation that you're totally hating? Some of those ways and some of those things that they're dealing with are emotions, right? Emotionally, they hate where they are, right? Most of us are dealing with people who they hate where their financial situation is, right? They hate that they live paycheck to paycheck. They hate that they can't take a vacation or provide the lifestyle that is in their head, the blueprint that they have in their head. It doesn't match what their reality is, and they hate that fact, right? And they want to change it. They want the blueprint in their mind to really match their reality, right? And that's what a lot of us are doing. We're helping people make that match. We're helping people take the blueprint that they have in their head and make it match their reality. And when you do that, you're dealing with a lot of emotions, right? Because people are where they are because of the decisions that they've made, right? Because of the experiences that they had. So we want to help them get to a new position with a ton of emotions, right? A lot of people, depending upon how old they are, they've got a lot of stuff built up that you're going to have to be dealing with. They've become, accustomed and comfortable into a specific type of routine and mentality. And we're coming in, and a lot of us, if you're a regular on this call, you've got this very, very powerful mindset of I can, I will, I must, I will get this done, right? And I know I can get it done. Why? Because I have confidence in my mindset, and I know that through my mindset, 90 to 99%, I can achieve anything if I put my mind to it, right? And so because of that, when you start dealing with people who aren't exposed to this kind of a mindset, they don't have this kind of mentality or this kind of drive, emotionally, it's a big struggle for them. Right? Emotionally, it's a big struggle for them because they're like, I'm not used to this. This is very, very different than the 9 to 5 that I'm used to, than the normal grind that I'm used to, right? So just know that when you're dealing with people, understand where they're coming from, that you are dealing with them on the emotional level. And when you connect with them on the emotional understand why they are the way that they are, understand the position that they are coming from, then it'll help you be more successful in influencing them, right? It'll help you become more successful in influencing them. So that's what this chapter was about, guys. It's just really about understanding, talking about one principle here. Don't criticize, don't condemn, or complain at people. Understand where the position that they're coming from and see how you can come from a position of understanding and how you can take that position and use it to influence them, how you can use that position to better help them solve their problem, right? If we can help them solve their problem, we're going to be in a much more powerful position. And even when you look out at the marketplace, a lot of what we're doing is we're just providing solutions, right? We're providing solutions to problems. And so if you can provide more solutions to problems, then that will be how you can better influence people in making a decision. And you can even look at your own marketing material and what you're doing online. Like I said before, a lot of us are entrepreneurs, business owners online, creating a multiple 6-7 figure business online. And when we're looking at our marketing material, we can be thinking about what is the solution that I'm providing to my customers, right? What is the solution that I'm providing to my customers? Because if you're solving their problems, then it's an easy sell to influence them to take the actions in what you're selling them, right? A lot of us sell affiliate products, and those affiliate products are used for how to market online, right, or how to automate your business, right? So when we're showing people that you can automate your business and we're showing them a solution of how that works, it's much easier to influence them than if you're just like, I have this product, right, and you're not showing them how it solves their problem. So the positioning is completely different. So, hey guys, it's 9:21. Mike couldn't make it out. I'd like to invite some of you guys out if you want to come out and talk about just what you got out of reading that chapter about, if you want to gather honey, don't knock over the beehive. So if you'd like to come out, cool, cut me off at any time. If not, no worries. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and we are growing the greatest community of people developing the mindset to win at life, okay? Win at life. And so love having you guys come out to this call. You can get this book that we're reading right now, How to Win Friends and Influence People. You can get it from mindsettowin.com. You can go /current book, and that will take you to the link so you can get the book. You can get it in multiple formats. You can get it in Kindle version, so you can read it on any kind of electronic device, and you can get it a physical copy. You can get the audio copy, whatever how you like to consume your mindset material. You can get it in that format, okay? So hope you guys are having a fantastic day. You can text motivation to 77948. Text motivation to 77948, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on the Daily Motivational Call to celebrate your wins, all right? Tomorrow's Friday, and on Friday we celebrate our wins and all the stuff that we've done all week long. So I'm looking forward to hearing some testimonials tomorrow. And you guys have a fantastic day. This is Mike Williams, Julian Tang. When we love you guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Later.